Imagine a night in Paris, a city that always holds stories, but this time it's not about love or art, but a mystery that has shaken millions of fans around the world. Within seconds, a short video appears, spreading like wildfire. And there he is, Wang Yibo, walking briskly, quietly, as if he doesn't want to attract attention. But that's precisely what makes it all feel suspicious. There was no official announcement, no public schedule, no hint that he would be there. Yet the camera caught him right in front of the Volney Hotel, a location that had suddenly become the center of global speculation. City lights reflected off the wet streets, and amidst the ambience, Wang Yibo strode toward a waiting luxury van. That moment seemed ordinary to the uninitiated, but to the fans, every step was a puzzle. Why was he there? What was really going on behind his so-quiet arrival? And then something bigger began to emerge. In those mere seconds of video, the keen eyes of fans went to work. They slowed down every frame, zoomed in on every shadow, and analyzed every tiny detail they might have missed. Wang Yibo's dark outfit was simple, but his striking orange shoes were the main focus, an instantly recognizable icon. But that wasn't all that caused a stir. In the background, there was something, a shadow, a faint movement, a figure not fully visible, yet enough to spark 1,000 theories. And one name immediately came to everyone's mind, Xiao Zhan. Could it be? Was this mere coincidence, or a deliberately hidden encounter? Speculation began to swirl endlessly. Some were convinced the figure was truly Xiao Zhan. Others said it was just an illusion, the result of overly high expectations. But the more they tried to deny it, the more new details emerged. Some fans even compared his silhouette, height, and even his gait. They matched it to old footage, trying to find a common pattern. And surprisingly, some of it seemed to match. Was this proof? Or just a coincidence forced into reality? Meanwhile, the silence from the official side only made the situation worse. No clarification. No denial. There was no explanation. And in a world full of mystery, silence often speaks louder than words. The usually romantic Paris had now become a stage for speculation. Every corner of the city felt like it held a secret. Every camera recording seemed to be a silent witness to something bigger. Some believed this was just a casual encounter, perhaps a secret project, perhaps a private schedule that didn't want to be made public. But others felt this wasn't just a coincidence. Because if Xiao Zhan was there, then this wasn't just a casual encounter. This was a moment that many had long anticipated, or even dreaded for. But the biggest question remained. If there were truly two figures there, why was it all done so secretly? Why wasn't there a single clue beforehand? And why was it captured on camera in such an accidental way? The video kept replaying, millions of times. Everyone tried to find their own answers. But the more they watched, the harder it became to distinguish fact from imagination. Were we really seeing something real? Or were we just seeing what we wanted to believe? This mystery had no end in sight. In fact, perhaps this is just the beginning. Because in the world of entertainment, sometimes the unseen is more powerful than the seen. And amidst all this, one thing is certain. Paris has witnessed something. Something that may be small on the surface, but big enough to shake the world. And until the truth is revealed, the question will live on. Was it just a shadow, or was it really him? The speculation didn't stop there. In fact, as time went on, new theories began to emerge, each more daring than the last. Some said the meeting had been planned well in advance, with a high degree of secrecy. Some fans even believed that the Volney Hotel location was chosen for a reason, exclusive enough for privacy, yet still in the city center, where cameras were never completely out of reach. On the other hand, a deeper analysis of Wang Yibo's body language in the video also emerged. His brisk but controlled walk, his gaze not directed at the camera, and even a small gesture when opening the van door, all felt like someone aware of being watched, but choosing not to react. And that's where the mystery deepened. If it was just a normal visit, why did it seem so discreet? Why weren't there any staff or security guards clearly visible around? Or were they there, but just out of camera range? Xiao Zhan's name resurfaced in the increasingly heated discussion. Some fans claim to have found additional evidence: a faint reflection in the car window, a shadow behind the door, and even the faint sound of footsteps at the end of the clip. Small things that may seem insignificant, but enough to spark belief. But not everyone agrees. Some are beginning to question the logic behind it all. They argue that the video is too short to be evidence, that the human brain often fills in the blanks with what it wants to see, and that sometimes the greatest mysteries are simply the result of misperceptions. But it's precisely the debate that keeps this story alive. Each perspective adds a new layer. Each theory opens up another possibility. And before you know it, a brief moment on a Paris street has turned into a global phenomenon involving the emotions, hopes, and curiosity of millions. Some fans are even starting to trace past activity. Are there any clues they missed? Are there patterns that could point to this moment? They're digging through old interviews, social media posts, and even seemingly unrelated schedules, all in an attempt to find a common thread. But the deeper they dig, the more the lines between fact and assumption blur. And perhaps that's the true power of this mystery. Because sometimes, it's not the answers that hold us captive, but the process of searching. A curiosity that's never truly satisfied. Questions that keep swirling endlessly. And to this day, no one truly knows what happened that night. Was it just a fleeting moment caught on camera? Or a small part of something much larger, still hidden behind the scenes? One thing is certain, this story isn't over. And perhaps one day, the final piece of the puzzle will emerge, just when we least expect it. Time passes, but the mystery doesn't fade. On the contrary, with each passing day, more and more people are drawn into the whirlpool of unanswered questions. The video may have been brief, but its impact is lasting. It leaves a lasting imprint on fans' minds. Some are beginning to wonder if this is all just a coincidence exaggerated by the internet. But in an era where every detail can be a clue, it's hard to completely ignore what's already been seen. Especially when someone like Wang Yibo is involved, someone whose every move is under scrutiny. And on the other hand, the shadow of Xiao Zhan continues to haunt discussions. His name is like an echo that never truly disappears. Even without clear evidence, its presence is felt so strongly, as if it were just waiting for confirmation. What makes it all the more fascinating is how one small moment can trigger such a massive reaction. From one video, thousands of interpretations emerge. From one camera angle, countless possibilities collide. And from one night in Paris, a story emerges that has yet to be resolved. Some have begun to speculate that perhaps the truth will never be revealed. That this is one of the many mysteries in the entertainment world that is left hanging, just enough to keep curiosity alive, but never enough to provide certainty. But that very uncertainty is what keeps it alive. Because as long as there are no answers, all possibilities remain open. And as long as that happens, everyone is free to believe their own version of the story. Whether it's a secret meeting, a mere coincidence, or even something far greater than anyone could have imagined. Behind all the theories and debates, one thing is undeniable. This moment has created a powerful emotional connection. Fans from all over the world have come together, discussing, debating, and sharing their perspectives. A testament to the fact that sometimes, mysteries can unite more than answers. And perhaps, in the end, it's not about whether Xiao Zhan was really there, but about how one small possibility can ignite so much hope, imagination, and curiosity. Because in a world overloaded with information, a mystery like this is a rare thing. Something that makes us pause and ask, what if?